next on Deborah Duncan. Women, we are stronger.
That was pretty easy. That's only 187 pounds.
We are more fearless.
Neck breaker by Danger. What a great move.
And we're more daring.
I get such a rush just being behind the wheel.
From moms on the football field to bull riding grandmothers, they're tops in their fields and here to share their incredible stories of triumph and tragedy.
They think the car rolled over somewhere between 6 and 8 times. They say I had the same break as Christopher Reeves.
We're celebrating woman power next on Deborah Duncan.
Studios. It's Houston's own Deborah Duncan.
Good morning, everybody, and thank you so much for joining us for Women Power. You know, Houston's getting an NFL football team in a couple of years or so, but did you know we already have a pro football team that is one game away from winning the Super Bowl? And here they are, the Houston Energy! Some energy up in here this morning. That's a good-looking football team. That's what I mean. I'm telling you, we have more of this, and we'll have more men watching football than they do now. Linda, where are you at? Raise your hand. Where's Linda there?
It's gonna be.
She's back here somewhere?
She's not here.
Roxanne. Okay. Oh, Roxanne. Roxanne. How you doing, Roxanne?
Fine. How are you?
Now, were you one of those girls who always wanted to play football, but you always were told, no, can't play?
Actually, I was always a cheerleader. And, and no, but I love athletics, and it was something that I stumbled on top of, and it's great. It's so much fun. I didn't know there was so much to it.
Yeah, but why football?
Just because we could. A bunch of athletes got out there, and you don't realize how good all these athletes are, and a bunch of athletes got out there, and it was just, the first play, I think that was it. I was hooked.
Yeah?
It's really wonderful.
Stacey, what about you?
Me, I've grown up playing all kinds of sports, and I've always wanted to play football as a little girl.
Yeah, did you want to play it more because you were told you couldn't?
Exactly. Beating up the boys.
Beating up the boys?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I was waiting for, because, you know, I want to play football myself, but I was kind of waiting for when they had mixed football, because, like, you know, when I'd be, like, chasing down a football player that's a good-looking guy, you know,
Pin him down?
Yeah, suddenly I'd be doing, like, you know, the 100-yard dash and, like, 2 flat, you know, depending on how good he looks. But people look at women playing football, and a lot of guys immediately say, oh, they're not tough enough, they'll get hurt, all that type of stuff. Injuries are part of the game?
Oh, yes.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah. I stay in it. I do.
But it's okay. But, you know, when it comes to women's professional football, obviously you're not getting the salaries that the guys are getting these days. And I guess in a way that's kind of an advantage, because what I see is that you are playing this for the love of the sport. It's not about the money and the big contracts and things like this. You're playing this for the love of the sport. But at the same time you play this, you still have to have your other jobs. How many of you have other jobs besides? Yeah, every single one of you. You have other jobs that you have to go to. How many of you have families that you're raising? Yeah. So what we wanted to do was, Andrea, we kind of followed you around in the day of a life of to try and see just how tough it is to have your love of the game, but also maintain the rest of your life as well.
My name is Andrea Littlejohn. I am 25, mother of 1. Hey, baby, it's time to get up. By day, I'm an engineer. I do design engineering work, and by night, I'm a professional football player.
Baby! Yeah! Oh, baby!
Yeah!
Baby!
always athletic, and I strongly believe that my daddy wanted boys because I was always athletic, and he always had me playing sports, and put me in taekwondo. I wasn't a tomboy per se because I still had the dolls, you know, I still had the feminine side, but football, I believe, is the most athletic sport that you can be involved in. I played flag football, and physically I thought I was prepared. I was in shape, so I thought that would be good enough, but it wasn't. You have to exert yourself more than you've ever done anything else. I had speed, and I can cover pretty much any receiver and not have any trouble with it. So that's why cornerback was good for me.
I got to cover one of the slot receivers on the other side when they play trips. So if there's one over there, you're by yourself. That's it. You no help. Okay.
You just think it's, you know, 22 people running around on a field, and it's a huge mental game as well as physical. Playing football's had an impact on my personal life because it's made me a little more of a mental person. And so now I think a little more ahead. We have to have it in a ponytail before we can play. You want it back or forward? I'll leave it back. Heather, ma'am, can you get my sock back up? You got it. Give me your other foot. I'm a little unorganized. Anybody see my helmet? Or a lot unorganized, as everybody would say. So it's helping me in that aspect to get my thoughts mentally together, to prepare my plans better.
Mommy, can I eat them in my room?
No, because normally we are rushing around, and that's hard for a 5-year-old. You can't rush a 5-year-old.
Stay in your lanes. If you stay in your lanes, your cover zones, they can't cut back on you. Don't tiptoe. Now, what I mean by that is don't be scared to get muddy. Because the cleanest person in here didn't do the job. The first day we put the pads on, I put them through some tackling drills right off the bat and just let them feel what it was like. And it was an eye-opener to some of them. And some of them stepped up, and some of them kind of stepped back, and they picked it up real well. Don't dig in just when you get in the ball. Light them up. Okay? Dig in on one play, dig in every play. If your hands get cold, stick them down in the front of your pants. The warmest part of your body's right here in front of your crotch. I'm being point blank. I'm not a male chauvinist, but I always thought football was a man's game. Be point blank. And then once it got going, they're serious about it. And hey, I'm happy for them. And I think it's going to go.
Hey, when we go ask quarterback? Huh? Well, we gonna sack her butt.
The bill, I don't believe that, because if you're athletic and you have a will to do it, then you fit right in. You know, there is no football type. You know, none of these girls are football types because that doesn't exist for women. There are men football types, but for women, you're just football players, and that's what we're all trying to be. We can't go out and compete against men, but we're playing against women, and so it's no longer a man's game. You know, women have always wanted to play it, and now we're playing with each other, so that makes it a woman's game.
This morning, and you've coached men before.
Yeah.
And you've coached women now.
Yes.
Now, do you see a difference in the way these women tackle the game?
No. I put it in when they're learning. They're still learning.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's some of them that have already stepped up that can hit just like a man does on the field.
What about enthusiasm level?
They've got it more. The women have it more. Figure men play football from the time they're 8 years old on up. You know, these ladies are just getting the first year, their first opportunity.
Yeah, and there's something to be said for, yes, I'm playing for $2 million, so I'm going to get out there and play.
Yes.
And then I'm playing just because I love it.
And every one of them love it. Yeah. And we love coaching them.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
We have J.R. Richard, former pro baseball player, in the audience with us this morning, and I was talking to him a little bit earlier and said, did you ever think you'd see a time when women will be playing pro football?
No, I didn't. See, I think one thing we need to realize at this point in time that women is the one that started the nation, and you got to give the women they due. And it's time for women, and when you going to start playing?
Well, J.R., I was just talking to ladies about that. You might need a backup quarterback. Feel free to call me at any time. But, you know, there was one time when people said there would not be a professional women's basketball team. Whoops. You know, we have that, and so now we have women's professional. Oh, you have something for me there? This is for me. What?
Yes.
Oh, thank you very much. I was kind of looking forward to a jersey, but I'll take this too. I'll take this too. Well, how do you?
You want to chant? You want to chant?
Okay, let's chant.
Get together. Y'all, come on.
Wait, where's the cheerleader? Let the cheerleader start it. Okay.
Now, ready? Now, we're feeling this now. We're going to do this hard. We're going to do it strong.
Yeah.
All right. That's a great sports swag up. Yeah. Come on, it's not our name. Yeah. You know what? Whether we want to lose. Yeah. So how we play the game. Yeah. We are team. Yeah. ABB. Yeah. What we mean. Yeah. What time is it? Yeah.
Best of luck to you. Well, coming up next, she's one of the strongest women in the world. She's an Olympic medalist, and she's only 17 years old. We'll meet her when we come back.